This is Don Quixote, a man who turned imagination into reality. While others lived ordinary lives, he chose adventure, purpose, and meaning. And hidden inside his journey are powerful lessons about life, courage, failure, and the balance between dreams and reality. So let's explore 10 life lessons from Don Quixote. Lesson 1: Dream Big from Don Quixote. Don Quixote refused to live an ordinary life. While others saw the world as it is, he chose to see what it could be. He imagined himself as a brave knight, a hero on a mission. Even when the world laughed at him, people called him foolish, but he never stopped believing in his dreams. Because sometimes greatness begins with imagination. The world may try to limit you, but your vision defines your path. So dare to dream bigger than your reality, even if no one else understands. Because every extraordinary journey starts with a single unbelievable dream. Lesson 2: Reality versus Illusion. From Don Quixote, he saw giants where there were only windmills. In his mind, they were powerful enemies, dangerous, unstoppable, real. So he charged forward without fear, ready to fight a battle that only existed in his imagination. And in that moment, he wasn't fighting the world. He was fighting his own illusion. How many times do we do the same? We imagine problems. We create fears. We see danger where there is none. Dreams are powerful. They give us purpose. They push us forward. But when we lose touch with reality, those same dreams can mislead us and even break us. So before you fight your next battle, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this real or just something my mind created? Because in the end, the real strength lies in balance. Lesson 3: Friendship. On his journey, Don Quixote was never truly alone. By his side was Sancho Panza, a simple man yet deeply loyal. While Don Quixote chased dreams, Sancho reminded him of reality. He didn't always agree, he didn't always understand, but he never left. Because true friendship isn't about being the same, it's about staying even when things don't make sense. In life, you need someone who supports your dreams, but also keeps you grounded, because the right companion can turn even the strangest journey into something meaningful. Lesson 4: Love and Inspiration. Don Quixote believed in a woman named Dulcinea, a love that existed more in his heart than in reality. She was not truly who he imagined, yet she became his greatest source of strength. Every battle he fought, every step he took, was inspired by her. Sometimes love is not about what is real, but about what it makes you feel. It gives you purpose, it gives you direction, it gives you a reason to keep going. And even if the world calls it an illusion, if it makes you stronger, then maybe it's worth believing in. Lesson 5: Don't lose yourself in fantasy, but there is a danger in living too deeply inside your imagination. Don Quixote became so lost in his dreams that he forgot who he really was. Reality faded and illusion took control. And that's where things begin to fall apart. Because dreams should guide you, not replace your identity. When you lose yourself in fantasy, you risk losing your connection to the real world. So dream, but stay aware. Because the strongest person is not the one who escapes reality, but the one who can face it. Lesson 6: Courage. Don Quixote lost many battles, more than he ever won. He was knocked down, injured, defeated again and again, but still, he stood up. Because courage is not about victory, it's about persistence. It's about moving forward, even when you are tired, even when you are afraid, even when you fail. Anyone can fight when they are strong, but true courage appears when everything is against you. So don't fear failure, because every time you rise again, you become stronger than before. Lesson 7: Learn to laugh at yourself. Throughout his journey, people laughed at Don Quixote. They mocked him. They saw him as foolish. But he kept going. He didn't let embarrassment stop him, because sometimes life doesn't go as planned. You fall. You make mistakes. You look ridiculous. And that's okay. If you can learn to laugh at yourself, you take away the power of fear. because confidence is not perfection, it's acceptance. And when you stop taking yourself too seriously, you become truly free. Lesson 8. Don't let society define you. The world saw Don Quixote as mad. They judged him, they rejected him, they misunderstood him. But in his own story, he was a hero. And that's the truth about life. People will always have opinions. They will tell you who you are and who you should be, but their judgment does not define your identity. Only you can decide that. So don't live according to their expectations. Live according to your purpose, because the moment you stop seeking approval, you start becoming yourself. Lesson 9. Life is an adventure. Don Quixote turned an ordinary life into an extraordinary journey. Where others saw routine, he saw adventure. Every road became a story, every moment a new experience. And that's what makes life meaningful. It's not about waiting for something exciting to happen. It's about choosing to see life as an adventure. Take risks, explore, step outside your comfort zone, because the best stories are not planned, they are lived. And in the end, your life becomes the story you create. Lesson 10. Balance. In the end, Don Quixote returned to reality. The dreams faded, the illusions disappeared, and with that, his journey came to an end. Because life is not about choosing between dreams and reality, it's about balancing both. Dream enough to stay inspired, but stay grounded enough to stay true. Because without dreams, life loses meaning, and without reality, life loses direction. So find your balance, because that is where true wisdom lies. If you learned something from these lessons, if even one idea made you think differently, then take a second to support the channel, like this video, and subscribe, because there's a lot more coming your way. And who knows, the next lesson might be the one that changes your life.